I just got home from work, and I'm just gonna freshen up my makeup, make it go from day to night, without having to take everything off and start all over again. So I think the skin is still okay. I feel like oily. So what I want to do is, actually before I do anything for the skin, I do want to take off my use some makeup remover to take off my eyeshadow, because I did put some on this morning without primer, but I do want to take it off so that I can start and have a better base and put primer on, because I don't usually put primer on just to go to work. So who cares about doing that? But I do want the makeup to last tonight, or the eyeshadow and the eye look. So I'm gonna take that off. I'll go ahead. I think I have my primer here. Oh, here it is. Ooh. I'm gonna take this MAC paint pot and just put it on my eyes, so I can have a nice base to work with, and it evens out the skin, I guess, color on your eyelids, and it's, for me, really more so providing a nice blank slate and base to put your eyeshadow on, so that it sticks, and it's also a lot brighter when you use a primer. Whew, it's hot. So I do want to put some powder on just to touch up. I did put on foundation this morning, and I want to put some powder on so I don't feel as oily. So I'm going to take this Patrick Star powder for MAC and just dip some in here into the lid. I got all these Luxe brushes in my BoxyCharm this month, so I'll use the, should I use this? I guess I'll use this, I guess this will work. Let's see what happens if I use this like foundation brush just to pat things on. I just feel like less oily. And I'm putting it, actually going kind of backwards, but whatever. I'm putting it on my T-zone, and just anywhere where you feel oily, and around the mouth too. And you'll see it does look a little white, but we'll brush it off later. And what I want to do too is, this morning I put on foundation and concealer just to hide some darkness under my eyes, but I don't want to necessarily put more concealer on, but I do want to highlight more. So I'm going to use these Fenty Beauty are they called matchsticks? Matchsticks. And I'm going to use the highlight color in Bamboo. And these are so easy to work with. So I'll just, let's see if I can do this. Put it here under the under eye. And I find that these don't work that well as a concealer by itself, but better as highlighting. So a little bit here, and it actually spreads better when you warm it up on your skin. Did I put some powder on my nose? I did. Is this gonna be bad if I combine this with powder on my nose? We'll see. Just a little bit here. Do I have something to blend this out with? Let's see. Well, I'll use the same foundation brush. It might be too fluffy, but I don't want... Ow! I put myself in the eye. And I am trying to get like that triangle shape to draw the eye to the area where the light naturally falls. Okay, so that looks good. And then I will go ahead and set with that same Patrick Star powder. Ooh, making a mess here. All right, and again, this is going from day to night with minimal amount of effort as possible. Okay, on it. All right. So this also came in my BoxyCharm this month, and I'm really excited about it. It's backwards because I'm using a front-facing camera, but it's Alamar Cosmetics, and it's so pretty. And I saw some swatches on it online, but it's really pretty, and I think it's really great for summer. Or you could probably even make some nice fall looks with like these ones too. So there's, let's see, 4 shimmers and 4 mattes. I am going to, I'll use this brush. I have no idea where I got this from. This was probably in a BoxyCharm a couple months ago. This is Crown. Synthetic. And I'll use this to put on my base. So let's try this. Let me start with this Cocoa Taxi, the yellowy one. Let me put this down so I can swatch it first. There's that. I want to use this orange one as well. Ooh. Okay, so let's go in to the, I'm gonna tap and keep this color around the crease area and a little bit above it. And I wasn't recording, but what I did is I took my synthetic brush, got the gold, and patted it on my eye like this to get the color down, and then use the shape of the brush to sweep around and follow the shape of your eyelid. Here. So that's the shimmer on the eyelid. And I think I want to deepen this a little bit because we're going out to dinner at nighttime, and I'll take this Cafecito as a brown like mocha color and kind of pat it in here in between the gold and the orange and blend it to make it a little bit darker. Other eye, and I'm tapping and just not wanting to move it a whole lot. Just trying to soften the transition between the gold and the orange. All right, pretty. So I'll take the dome brush, and I want to take the brown and smoke out the lower lash line. And just put this on here like this. So I'm gonna dip, actually what I'm gonna do is dip into the brown and this orange too and get a mix. All right, so there's the eye look, that's pretty. And what I'm gonna do now is I wanna do a liquid liner. Here it is. I'm gonna take this teeny tiny like travel Sigma brush. It's an eyeliner brush and a pretty vulgar Blacklist gel eyeliner. And this has been my jam lately. What I'm gonna do, it's hard to see, is just dip into here, dip into the liner, and I'm just gonna kind of wipe off any excess liner onto the edge of this bottle here. And make sure you start with a clean brush, whatever kind of brush you're using if you're doing a gel. And I'm gonna start in the middle of my eye and like look down. Looking down, I think, makes a big difference because you can get close to your lash line. And starting in the middle out to the edge, and then I go to the corner of my eye and bring it, drag it into meet where I started, there. There's that. And then let me do the other side. And then while I do this, I'll think about my life and decide if I want to wing this out. Because, you know, sometimes you have to be in the right frame of mind and have the right energy going on in your day to try to attempt wing liner, at least for me. It's not the easiest thing to do. All right. Should we do it? Should we do it? No, I'm not in the mood. I feel like I'm gonna mess it up, potentially. So, I think this is good. And then, you know, if you're just gonna have the liner by itself like this, make sure you have it really go close to your lash line so you don't see any gaps between your eyelashes and the eyeliner. So that's that. Do I want to do the wing? I'm tempted. No, I'm not gonna ruin a good thing. So that's the eyes. And now what I'm gonna do is touch up the contour, blush, and highlight on my face. So again, I'm gonna go back to this Fenty Beauty matchstick. Am I gonna do that? Yeah, in Mocha. I'm gonna take this. So I did put a little bit of bronzer this morning before I went to work, and it's kind of worn off. So I'll just go in here and do a little bit. Here, and actually, do I want to do the nose? I don't want to do the nose with this. So I don't, well, let's see. Let's just see what happens. Might have to blend it out a lot. And do a little bit around here. Okay. So that's that. Ow, Brooklyn, stop, get down. I'm gonna take this angled kabuki brush from BH Cosmetics and slowly kind of buff this out. And you want to drag it up and not move it around your face because you're trying to get this contour look in this particular area. So blending out this towards the top of my forehead where you're naturally gonna get, you know, sun, and when the light falls on your face, this is where the shadow is gonna naturally fall. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. Let's see. Blending up, blend, blend, blend. Blending is your friend. I'm gonna take the edge and kind of blend this up here. And then what you can do too is if you feel like it's gone too low, take your powder and clean it up underneath. Alright. Alright. Contouring really makes a difference. This brush I feel like is too big. Oh, let's see, I'll use the edge. So I'm blending out the contour on my nose. Going too far on the edge. Oh my God. I should have cleaned this swatch off because now I'm getting it all over my face again. I think I'm gonna have to, you know what I wanna do is take the highlight and put it down the center of my nose to clean up where I got too much bronzer. Maybe on the side too. Okay, let's not use a hand that has eyeshadow on it and blend this out. Okay, a little better. Okay, and then if it's looking too harsh too, you can take some powder, just like a brush that doesn't have anything on it, and go over everything. Okay, see, it's looking a little bit dark, but I think once I do my blush, let me blend it out a little bit more. Once I do my blush and my highlight, it'll look less harsh. And again too, if you're going in too hard, you can use powder over everything to clean it up a little bit, but I will save that till the end. So I'm going to take this blush, actually this Anastasia palette that I'm using here, and probably use this one. This one, and I'll mix it with this. And I usually make this weird face. So I can get it over the areas on my cheeks that I want it. Just blend it into your bronzer there. And then lastly, I'll do highlight. Barking. This is actually another BoxyCharm find, the Tarte Pro Glow. Let's not put it on a finger. Actually, let's use the brush. I'm gonna use this tapered highlighter brush and just, actually let me put it on my hand here. And then I'll dip into it with the brush. And it's nice because this is tapered and fluffy, and you can just really be precise in where you want to put the highlighter. Okay. So let's go up here. Oh, it's very, I thought it was going to be more creamy feeling, but it feels almost liquidy. It's pretty. Oh, it's really like popping. Right. I'll do some kind of here on the tip of my nose. Down the bridge, and then here on the Cupid's bow. Actually, for these areas where it's kind of very little, this is the Fenty Matchstick again. I'll just do that. So I'm actually gonna get some translucent powder and clean up under here, put on lips, and then be right back with the finished look. Okay, so here's the almost finished look. You'll see I put translucent powder. This is, what is it, RCMA powder, underneath where I had my bronzer just to clean it up, and I put it on before I did my lips, and then let it cook for a little while. And on my lips I have a MAC liner, I forgot what color, and some liquid lipstick, I think from Jeffree Star, and then I put this Kevyn Aucoin lip gloss on top. This is Neotiana on top here, so going well with the eye look, I think. So now I'm just gonna take this large brush and dust that powder off, and here's the finished look. All right, so we're ready for date night, gonna head to dinner. Oh, and then also don't forget to use your setting spray, so and dry it off a little bit too, so that everything sticks. All right, so that was my quick, I think, day to night look, especially for you working moms like me, and hope you enjoyed the video and it was helpful and you learned some tips. Thanks for watching.